The orbital scrapyard of Kepler 442b stretched endlessly into the void, a graveyard of starships and dreams floating in the planet's shadow. Among the twisted metal and forgotten technologies, Adnan worked with methodical precision, his calloused hands dancing across the neural interface of a partially dismantled Zephyrian battlecruiser. Another one of their mind control implants, he muttered, extracting the crystalline device with practiced care. The Zephyrians had ruled this sector for 3 centuries, enslaving entire species with their neural dominance technology. Until humanity arrived. Humans were different. Their chaotic, unpredictable thought patterns proved impossible to control. What the Zephyrians saw as a flaw, humanity had turned into their greatest weapon. A soft whir of servos announced Nehal's approach. Half of her face gleamed with cybernetic implants, while her left arm had been replaced entirely with a mechanical limb of her own design. She was beautiful in a way that transcended the traditional, a fusion of human resilience and technological mastery. "Any luck with the dragon's core?" she asked, settling beside him on the salvaged hull plating. Adnan glanced toward the massive form secured in the center of their workshop. A Zephyrian war drake, one of their legendary biomechanical weapons. Its serpentine body, 40 meters of living metal and engineered flesh, lay dormant in their containment field. They'd found it drifting, apparently abandoned after the final battle that had broken Zephyrian power in this system. "The neural crown is still active," Adnan replied. "Whatever consciousness they implanted in that thing, it's fighting to stay alive. I can feel it pushing against the containment field." Nehal's cybernetic eye flickered with diagnostic patterns. "It's not just alive, Adnan, it's learning. Adapting to our containment protocols." As if summoned by their conversation, the dragon's massive head lifted, its eyes, molten gold flecked with digital static, fixed on them. When it spoke, its voice resonated through their neural implants rather than the air, a peculiarity of Zephyrian biotechnology. "Little humans," the dragon's voice whispered in their minds, "you cannot hold me forever. I am Vorthak the Endless, architect of 1,000 world burns. Release me and I will grant you swift deaths." Nehal stepped forward, her artificial hand sparking with contained energy. "Take me instead," she said quietly. "I know what you are, a fusion of biological consciousness and Zephyrian control technology. You need a host, something to interface with. My cybernetics are compatible." Adnan's blood ran cold. "Nehal, no. Interesting," Vorthak mused. "You would sacrifice yourself for this scrap picker?" "He's not just a scrap picker," Nehal replied, her voice steady. "He's the human who figured out how to reverse engineer your people's neural dominance technology. He's the reason your empire fell." The dragon's attention shifted to Adnan with newfound interest. "You a simple mechanic?" Adnan remained silent, his hands never stopping their work on the neural implant. He'd learned long ago that humans' greatest strength wasn't in their words or their weapons. It was in their refusal to give up, their ability to adapt and overcome no matter the odds.
"Speak, human,"
Vorthak demanded. "How did your primitive species defeat us?" Still, Adnan worked in silence, his fingers tracing the quantum pathways of the Zephyrian technology. Nehal watched him with growing understanding. She'd seen this before. Adnan lost in the flow of creation, seeing patterns that others missed. "He won't answer you," she said to the dragon, "because he's not done yet." The containment field suddenly flickered. Vorthak's massive form tensed, preparing to break free. But instead of freedom, the dragon found something else entirely: connection. Adnan had modified the neural implant in his hands, turning it from a control device into a bridge. The quantum pathways he'd traced weren't just random patterns. They were a map, a way to interface with both biological and cybernetic consciousness simultaneously. "What are you doing?" Vorthak's mental voice carried a note of something that might have been fear. "Taking you both," Adnan said quietly, finally breaking his silence. He pressed the modified implant against his own temple, feeling the sharp bite of neural interface needles piercing his skin. The connection was instantaneous and overwhelming. Adnan's consciousness suddenly expanded, touching both Nehal's cybernetic enhanced mind and Vorthak's ancient, terrible intelligence. But instead of being consumed by either, he found the balance point between them. Through the neural link, Vorthak experienced something entirely alien: human determination unfiltered by fear or submission. The dragon had expected to dominate, to consume, to control. Instead, it found itself part of something greater: its vast knowledge and power channeled through Adnan's relentless problem-solving mind, and Nehal's intuitive understanding of human-machine integration. Impossible, Vorthak whispered, but the word carried wonder rather than anger. You're not controlling us. You're including us. That's what humans do, Nehal said, her voice now carrying harmonics from all three consciousness. We don't conquer. We adapt, we include. We make family out of enemies. Through their merged awareness, they could feel the changes beginning. Vorthak's biomechanical body was already adapting, incorporating human neural patterns into its alien architecture. Nehal's cybernetics were evolving, guided by dragon-deep knowledge and human ingenuity. And Adnan, simple silent Adnan, remained the fulcrum point, the steady center around which their impossible fusion revolved. In the depths of space, other Zephyrian war machines stirred, sensing the birth of something new. They would come, drawn by signals they couldn't understand, expecting to find their lost weapon. Instead, they would find something the galaxy had never seen, a fusion of human adaptability, cybernetic precision, and ancient draconic power. They would find the next step in evolution, born not from conquest but from the most human trait of all, the refusal to choose between saving one and saving all. The mechanic had stayed silent, and in that silence, he had found the answer that words could never provide. He took them both, and in doing so he gave them all something infinitely more valuable than freedom. He gave them family.